welcome back to another round of fun and games. So, the noon draw here, we're going to be doing the Schlanger versus Knott rinks. Schlanger is a team out of Potomac, and the Knott team is kind of a mix out of Texas, Wisconsin, and North Dakota. So, and now we're just going through the warm ups and doing the LCDs, which didn't seem to do so well. At least this is the Schlanger rink. For the next few minutes, about 9-10 minutes, the Knott team will come out and warm up and do their LCDs. So we'll be back online in a few. right. Ready to kick things off with our grudge match between the Schlinger and Knott's team. So looks like the Knott won the LSD. I think 3 out of 4 LSDs went through the house, so didn't take much to win that one then. But unfortunately, those are accumulated over the whole tournament, and they will come back to bite you if you don't get them in. And should be pretty much a standard opening. Nice centerline guard, nice tight one. Looking go a little deep, going to. Well, for reference sake, that was T weight. I gotta grab my. Tom Munich's next up for the Knott team. Just easy take weight. Maybe get a roll off to the side. But I guess we're looking to just right now exchange hits and maybe somebody get a decent roll out of something. Yeah, not a bad way to loosen up to get the game started. Just wonder how long this back and forth takes are gonna go. So we gonna try something different, or at this point, no. Or you keep doing this until maybe somebody misses. Well, now it'll change. Owen Sampson skip for Team Knott. Decided let's put something wide. That was a good T-line weight. So the question is, like, how much is it going to curl from way out there? Kind of weight. So Dave Schlanger is. No, he's not throwing. Looks like I could potentially over curl on him. We clipped it enough to get it out. One's again throw something out in the wings. Try the other side this time. It's a good way to get it out there and then test if the what the ice does. Again, Dave's giving it a real tight broom, so we'll see how straight it runs out on that side of the sheet. Trying to hold a line. The sweeper's trying to hold a line. It's coming up on him and just ticked it enough to push it out of the house. That's good for them. That's one arrow tight. If that was too tight of a broom. Missing the hand signals from the skip to see what the call is. I'm guessing based on the turn that he's gonna put that one back where it was and maybe go sit on the yellow that's just sitting out of the house. I don't think he wants to go that deep. Just more on top of the house, but if he went deep, that's his backing. Well, works pretty good for him. Nose hit, and Red Rock would stay out of the house, so he really needs to hit on the inside just a bit. Line looks pretty good. This one doesn't seem to be curling up as much. I think he threw a little harder than Brian threw his. Owen Sampson, he's out of North Dakota. He apparently coaches junior nationals teams. Dave is looking to just follow that one down. That's what I would do. Mindy, Swiss Mindy C says Owen's daughter curls at the same club as Team Schlanger. Uchippi Potomac, which is where one of my daughters, used to curl. She's now returned back to the Moraine club where I'm a member. Make sure it's there, guys. Right down to the yellow. Perfect spot. Is this Mindy online? You the one related to Mark? Mark? And you're right, it was the Barracuda team that got the bronze medal at the Club Nationals last spring. Yeah, let's see how much this one curls at the end here. Just good in for both teams. Good way to warm up. And get in the groove and we could be in for a pitch battle here. Yeah, Mindy, Mark says hi. So I don't know if told Nicole about the game. So I don't know if she's listening in. Send her a text to see. dialed in so far already on this one and the last, and everything was a take for most of the rocks. Looks like they're calling it to get into the 4 foot behind the guard. Don't know if it's gonna curl that much and going a little deep. Dave wants tuck something behind the corner guard. A little more weight on that one. Everybody getting a little gun shy at the moment. Brady hit him. And he wants to start cleaning up those center line guards. Trying to sneak it around that center line guard, get to the 4 foot, I imagine. No. This rate's going to go all the way to the back one, I think. No, not too bad. For top of the 4 foot instead of the back of the 4 foot, but let's see if Dave wants to try the other turn, and if we can, to me, if ideally we'd hit this straight on the nose and we could double, maybe triple out. Seemed a touch wide from the broom, and not coming back. Get around that guard and get back one. Not all bad. Seems to be very weight sensitive. At weight, they can be run pretty straight at this point. So, looking for Brian to draw right down to the ones in the back. Maybe use that center line guard for their own advantage. got around it. Very nice. So looking for 4 feet of plus of curl. Very nice. Keep piling them in there. Yeah. Change it up. Time to get rid of that center line guard. If he nose hits this, he could actually split 2 out and leave the red. That's a challenge, though. But that did not move at all. So the Knott team's an eclectic team from all over the country. I said earlier. I think Carl Schraper is from Houston, and then Jeff is from Dallas area. Tom Munich's our local connection. He's a member here at Kettle, and then Owen Sampson's out of it's North Dakota, so I imagine it's Fargo. I don't know if Fargo has more clubs than that. Well placed rock. Top of the 4 foot. Nicely tucked behind the guard. I think they're looking for him to hit that center line guard straight back, split a couple out. Brian's trying to figure out exactly where they need to hit it to accomplish what they want. I don't think it's going to curl up enough for them to do what they wanted. Hopefully it doesn't take their back red out. just want to cover those two shot, and then the 1 and 2 rocks they have, cover them up, prevent a easy take. It really accomplishes. A bonus would be to actually sit on his top yellow. He couldn't get all of them out. Yeah, this is a challenging shot for Team Schlanger. Um, there's the red guard on the right hand side is kind of blocking the approach up to get between those two. The two in the four, two yellows in the 4 foot. So try and come from the left hand side. The objective would be to get between those two yellows, so he needs to throw T-weight. It was done a number. I mean, that track was used a couple, 3 times already in this end. I don't know if he has enough weight on it to get all the way down to T. You're working it. Get around the 1. Not quite. Ticked on the 1. Top yellow, and I don't think it was enough to, with the little roll. From my perspective, it looks like 2 yellow. Yeah. Close enough to measure. So, and it's the fisheye perspective of the lens that need the person on the ice to actually make that determination. Looks like it was 2 yellow. And that's a big steal. looks like Owen's looking for Tom to put a rock right on the button. Shoot for a repeat of the first hand where they kept on exchanging hits. So JR's trying to go for a corner guard on this. Don't want to follow the same pattern as the first hand. What do you do? Don't want to. I like them tighter in, and make sure you get them wide enough that you're not finding a guard for that yellow in the house. Which is where Dave wants to put his next rock, Tom's next rock. We're back to putting a center line guard. And position of the broom, looks like that's what he was looking for. Think they carried a little farther than they were hoping for. So Dave's looking for a hit and roll. He hits just off the nose on the left hand side. He can double both out and get the roll. So the roll behind the corner guard. Did Dave give it enough weight? I'm gonna say JR, not Dave. No, Yellow's trying to hit and then split the house. No. Debate whether to hit and roll or try to draw behind the guard. So looks like the call is to draw behind the guard. Made it around the guard this time. Now, did he get the right weight? Overcurled and still exposed on the far side. So one's just gonna do another hit and roll. Actually, I think ideally you would want to hit and stick. Just 3 around, gathered around. Interesting. Okay. Change up, clear up the guard. Overall, I would, since he doesn't have hammer, I thought the guard would be to his advantage, but on the finish, you make sure it rolls out, stays behind the tee if best. Kind of want to line them up between the two reds so that that's a wide spread to try to go and do a double. If they're even up, it's incredibly hard. You got to throw like, I don't know, Nicholas Sedin type of weight to be able to do that. Okay. Not sticking around presents an opportunity for trying to say if he wants to sit on it or sit on the inside of that yellow, or does he just want to put one wide? But tee weight. Either way, it's about tee weight. Just with that broom, to get to the yellow rock, you need 5 feet of swing, and I don't know if we're going to get that on this sheet. Just slow down for him. Oh, one's looking to hit on the inside, take a roll to the middle. And might miss. Ooh, jams it into the... No, that... From this perspective, cannot tell which is, I think that'd be number 2, the red or the yellow. So now they're from, again, can't tell. If I venture a guess, I'm thinking red is out counting the yellow. But my track record so far this tournament has been very good. Hmm. Yeah, position, but gives yellow an opportunity to double those 2 reds out, and then be sitting shot with 2 over on that side of the sheet. I should say, not that side, the right hand side of the sheet. Earlier shot out in the wings like that, curled up even with good weight. So let's see what kind of weight Owen throws. He doesn't have to actually crotch those 2, can just get it on the quarter of the inside red one. And it's over curling on him. Look at that cut in. He can even hit something or not. Got one. Alright, well, this presents an opportunity. Send in yellow, put one in the middle. I don't know. I'd be more inclined to put one in the middle. Again, I think they're trying to go look and sit on the yellow. Sit on the inside of it, so they'll be counting 3. The expectation they can't dig everything out. Really doesn't look to be cutting as much as they had expected it, hoped it would. So from this perspective, I would expect that Owen would have to actually crotch those 2 to blow them both out. But, again, his last one curled up on him. I don't know if it was something on the delivery or just that part of the sheet that caused it to curl more, because even with weight on earlier ones, it curled more. So I think they gave a little more broom on this one. Yeah, it looks a little unsteady on the coming out of the hack, but I don't know if that's going to hurt him. This one seems to be curling a bunch too. Trying to hold the line. Maybe they'll get one. Okay. So Dave just needs to, let's call it touch 8 foot. But it's one of those that counts as much in the back of the house as the front. So to me, the target weight should be, he's going to go try to draw down and use the backing if needed. Just through the shot, so really don't want to tap your own red out. Keep going. Can't hurt it, guys. Can't hurt it. You got the whole house to work with. Don't want the sweeper saying, "Oh, we thought it had enough," and then come up just short. So, yeah. Turn around now. We got a tie game again. So. JR's getting ready. At 5 minute break, we'll take a look at the other games. So after this end, I'll have a 5 minute game break. So I think Dave's calling for a nice. I like really close center line guards. Get it close, guys. Keep going. Get it on the center line. All right. From my perspective, that looks like it's on the center line, so no tick rule applies there. No one's calling. Come around it. Generally, I try to go if the thick's just squeeze by it. I generally would come from the other side of the sheet because then if you right now if Tom would have ticked that red one, it would have knocked off the center line. His would have gone out. If you come the other way and you tick it, and you just move it on more onto the center line, but your rock doesn't come out then. Yeah, trying to think what Dave wanted on that one. I don't think it really accomplished what they're looking for. So, no one's looking to put another one in the house, get up to full 8, top 4. That's broom looks pretty good. For the amount of swing I've been seeing on these sheets. Yeah, it looks a little hot. If they're not sweeping by the hog line, it's too heavy. So he's actually coming through. Showed him the line, but just I think the broom was correct. It's just too heavy on that last one. That was more back hack weight. Yeah, it's gonna cut a big time now and crash on the center line guard. So Owen's looking. Take out that red that's just in the 12 foot. Roll behind the red guard. Big enough piece just to move it out of the way. So at this point, I would expect that Dave's gonna go after that shot rock. He's calling for bumper weight. Things haven't been Brian's thinking need a little more ice, I think, but it can't hurt it with the sweep at this point. It's cutting here. It's starting to cut. We gotta make sure they have to make sure it gets around that red guard, and just squeezed by. Good thing he jumped on it right away. So Brian was right. Needed just a touch more ice. So Owen's thinking back to hack weight. Come through that port and over curls, get one of the guards. Change it up. They need to really hit this one hard, but it's not going to get around the guard. I don't know, he's only anticipating 2.5, 3 feet of curl on that one. For where he needs to be, I don't know if that's the correct broom. I think he needs about to go halfway between the 8 and the 12 foot. If he wants to put it directly in front of the shot rock. Just over how much it's going to curl coming in. So there's that extra foot that I was looking for. And when I put the broom. I think Owen's looking for Carl to nose hit this. They have been running pretty straight down the middle. Running straight with weight. But actually, that one seemed to drift out a little. Maybe try it again, see if he adjusts the broom. Nope. Okay, same broom. Brian cut back and wait a little bit. Gotta make sure it's over the hog line, and then go until it finishes now, guys. Give it a little bit. There you go. And it's about, what, 3-4 feet less than he had on the first rock. But I'm thinking Carl can see maybe quarter of the rock. Adjusts his broom from prior shots. But with like hack weight, it should curl up enough. Chip that red. No, there, cuts big time. Right at the hog line. Really bit. Dave's calling for Brian to put the broom in the same spot. Still think they need another foot out. But we'll see if Dave's rocks behave the same as Brian's. JR's hitting that one, trying to keep it out as far as possible. Okay, now both should be hitting to finish it where they need it. Keep going, both of them, keep it as far as it goes. Okay. So I don't know if Dave hit the broom or he has behaved differently. This is where Owen show everybody else how this one's done. This is what, third try to hit this one? This type of shot. Again, I think he's just calling for like hack weight. Anything more than that, it seems to run really straight, so we do need to curl a bit. That seems to be on the broom pretty good, but it is cutting big time. That's going to crash on that guard. A little light than for what he needed. Let's see. Maybe back 8 weight, given the rock moved. So now, ideally, Dave's rock, that would put it right where his broom is right. Now, right on the inside edge of that, the yellow rock, take away the hit on the yellow and, close up that port. Primary objective, we gotta close the port. Sweepers just need to stop. So, run back opportunity is still there. And their other option is drawing from the other side, but I don't. Mine sets over on the right hand side of the sheet, so I'm not even looking at the other side. It's what you might feel more comfortable with. You feel comfortable with the hit game or the draw game. question, what kind of weight does he throw? And if it runs straight down this line, he's going to just chip his wide, maybe into the red on the far left-hand side. He's not throwing incredibly hard. It is curling up. Got one, cut him down to one. That was, I guess, an acceptable result to that end. So, then after 4, I can even talk today. The Schlanger team out of Potomac is leading 4-3 over the Knott team out of everywhere. And let's go check the other scores. Let's see who's who here. And yeah, that's not it. Then sheet 1, I know I got Foley is red. I don't remember who they're playing, but Foley is down 3-2 after 4. No wait, yeah, let's see. Foley Packard. So Packard's up 3-2 over Foley. And then Cherveric is leading Hedstrom 4-3 after 4. Farbalo is ahead of Schlatest. I can't pronounce that name, sorry. They're up 8-1 after 4. Let's see if I can get it. What's going on sheet E. And then on sheet E, it would be Starkey leading Arnell 5-2 after 4. So, whatever seems like a very quick 5 minutes. JR's in the hack, ready to continue this match. I think Dave's looking to put a nice center line guard. Mission accomplished. Not quite near enough for my taste. I like him just out of the house, but it is a center line guard. I think Owen's looking for Tom to throw some corner guards. And for corner guard, that's exactly where I like it. Gives you the opportunity to tap it in or come around it. I think Dave's looking to come behind the center line guard. I like it like full 8 foot if we can. So far, looks looking pretty good. Oops. Well, that's a biter, so. But tucked nicely behind the other guard, so more of an obstacle for the yellow team. So I think Owen's looking for Tom to draw it out of 4 foot. Which is something I would be calling. That's really, I mean, I don't care whose guards are up on the center line. I'll get to the 4 foot. It changes the tone of the end. This might tick off of that and do the roll that he's actually looking for. Not quite the 4 foot, but it's tucked behind those 2 red guards. Rolled his corner guard into the house. Dave wants to hit and roll in, but thinking that's not enough ice on that. So let's see what Mark can do. Mark went a little wide, which is probably good because it's going to curl up right at the end here. Not quite enough to roll in. Overall, not a bad rock. Prime time for Dave to take this. He'd be sitting a guard in that spot that he can bump in later. instead of right on the inside, maybe on the quarter, he could actually double out the yellows. Oh, actually, I think. How hard is he expecting Mark to throw here? He's gonna get on the outside. Oop, did. Yeah, little bigger piece in order to take a chip at that yellow that's on the center line. Dave's looking to have Brian tuck, come down to the 4 foot, top of the 4 foot behind those two. If he comes deep, he can go right to that yellow that's in the back of the 4 foot. It's about the same broom as Owen gave, who did it? Carl, I guess. No, you want to give it. Jeff would have been throwing their Jeff's last rock. And it looks like it's going to go right down to Jeff's rock. So at this point, I think they're going to continue doing that, keep on stacking them up. At some point, something's going to get on the inside of the whatever the current shot rock is. Here's Carl's first shot. Well, this curls in. Just almost the exact same line as the prior two. Okay, so don't recall if this exact same room as Brian on his first one. If that is, he needs to bring in at about 6 inches. Which I would still maybe bring it in 6 inches. Yeah, give I don't know, back 4 weight. Hit it right on the quarter, roll over a bit. Around the guards nicely. Take it all the way into the button. There we go. At least touching the 1 foot. Slightly exposed, I think. So I think Owen's looked at him like hack weight, back hack weight. It would curl up. Just tighten it up a little bit, and then sure, looking at bring a little more weight. okay. Just the way you wrote it up. And I'll even do a repeat of the last shot. Not the last shot, I mean Brian's second shot. So you should be looking for just T weight. Need to get a little, that's going to cut a ton. I think he was inside of the broom a hair. Make sure it's there. You want to take that yellow, there we go. Beautiful spot. Now Owen can do a repeat of his, what he called for Carl to do. Should have been, he threw, but maybe hack weight, back hack. Going through other options, trying to figure out what their discussion is. If they hit off the yellow into the red. This is why your brain hurts after a game if you're to skip all these tough decisions. There's always what you write it up, it is what your plan is, but then you gotta execute on it too, right? Checking out some of the action of any other sheets. Here's Owen's shot. Kind of over curled on him. Shot rock's a little exposed on the left-hand side. However, all the play's been on the right, so I think the plan would be to try to run that the yellow into the red. hits at 2. So if Dave hits on the inside of that top red one in the 4-foot, he could roll into the center line and be almost touching the 1 foot. But they would take that yellow out of play. Step back and took a look at I don't know. She ended up going to the other side. That means he's be more comfortable with your draw weight going this way. But personally, again, if you would, I'd go for the other side. Just T plus and chip that one out and roll into the 4 foot, and you're sitting the 2 you're looking for, and you take the yellow out of play. But let's see what happens here. It's like decent weight. Come on, sweepers, gotta be there, gotta be in that pocket. Kind of come up short. You need to be in the 4 foot. So that's covered, but now you're left yourself exposed that if he actually has potential could yellow get 3 out of it. Not really. I mean, but at least can get 2. So he needs to hit it like at the quarter. Look at that. It's kind of over curl on him. Gonna hit him more. Might be good. Oh, really close. This perspective cannot tell which one shot. Looks like Brian's calling one red, but we'll see if that was the consensus between both faces. the other sheets. And sheet one, Packard scored one more in the fifth to lead Foley 4-2 after five. Sheet C, I do believe it's Hedstrom leading Kavernick. Looks like 4-2 after five. And far below, leading against Schlitztoll, 8-2 after five. So it looks like JR's guard went just a couple feet too deep. And now no one's not opting to hit it. He's just something in the house. I think JR was hoping to get that one more on the nose and stick around, but he ruled out. See if Mark can get on the inside of this and roll behind the red one in the middle. Hasn't seen him coming up much, but not all bad. Got primary objective achieved. Get rid of the yellow. Got a second counter in the house. The objective was for Jeff's rock to get around his back, cut a ton. a strategy. What his teammates are thinking of. So a lot of room, but that might be the right amount to get behind that red one. So if you hit the broom, that was still not enough. We started sweeping a little sooner. The question is gonna cut like it has in the past on this line? Brian gave it a little more broom than where it was held, but make sure we're around the red ones. And he did. Gave a little more broom, but now he has another rock he needs to go around, so still don't know if he gave it enough. They start going sideways after the hog line. Another tick. And Dave's hoping just hit and then have the shooter roll out to the left. Stay on that one all the way in. Yeah, slight roll, but now this presents an opportunity for Owen. Or I guess it should be Carl hit on the inside and roll behind the red. But if he would do that, that would just set it up for Dave just to hit the red back into the yellow potentially. So I think he's looking to sit on that red one that's just behind the tee line. I would try to come up the approach into the 4 foot. Keep yellow from throwing something to that pocket. So I like the idea of just, I don't know, anywhere from where it says U in the green into the gray area right behind it. I hate to say it's almost like shorter is better than long, but definitely don't go deep into the red ones. Kind of over curled more than they needed it to. Because that kind of messes with any run back opportunity now if Owen is able to sneak a yellow in between those reds. Think I need a little extra weight. Okay, so that's where I thought Brian's shot, or Dave's first shot, should have ended up. Sometimes this is this is an ideal situation. Skip's throwing guards. Okay, listen to my front end guys. Listen to this. If Skip's happiest when he's throwing guards. That means the guys in front of him did all their jobs right, and they don't have to pull out some circus shot in order to save an end. You better go hit it hard, guys. He's kind of light, far as it goes. Now gotta change the focus to run the one yellow in. There's potential error. I mean, still get one out of this. Where does he need it? Hit it just off the nose a little. It's cutting big time. I think it's gonna hit the red guard. Yes. Oof. And almost give him a bonus. That's a huge steal, 3. see where Dave wanted it. At this point, after got a lead, we got 8-3. Start just putting them in the house. Put it right on the button. Make them shoot at you. Take away, because they can score points. They need to get corner guards up. So he's actually throwing it through. Big key for team Schlanger is going to be that when they have hits, they need to make them. Keep Team Knott from scoring a bunch. Can afford to give up one or two. So a couple games in this tournament so far about team coming back from like a 3-point deficit to tie and win. So strategy for Owen and Team Knott. They need some guards to hide behind. So Dave likes the one on out in the wings. Keeps the scoring zone down to the 8 foot. Just throw stuff in the middle, make them shoot at you. They need to make sure it's in the house because you don't want to give guards to the other team. So, okay. 2 shots bracket in the 8 foot. I like those to make sure that anything just biters are not able to count for anybody. That's a nice tuck behind the corner guard. So he's gonna get rid of that guard. If it doesn't curl up as much as he expected, then you'll get the shot rock. Alright, determine where's the best placement for this rock for Owen. I'm thinking top 12, full 12, touching the 8 foot, right in front of the shot rock. Brian knows hits this, then not sure if actually, depending on exactly where he hits it, could actually jam the yellow into the red. But gotta go for it. So this, like I said earlier, you got to make sure to hit something when you're doing hits. Perfectly executed, just like they drew it up. Yeah, Owen's making the call that they need to get sneak between those two reds out in the edge. So you'll sit on the red one just behind the tee line. It's cutting a ton. It's probably going to be crashing on the top red. Didn't quite get there. I would put something in the middle right in the center line. Start taking away the approach of the 4 foot. Put right where his broom head is right now is where I would put one. Don't want it too deep because then don't hit anything and hit and stick. Still have the other ones out counting it. I think he's looking tuck behind the red one on the right side. About T weight. And if over curls and taps it, he'll roll in the good spot anyway. So. And just a little hot. I think Owens will look to hit on the inside of that red on the right hand side and roll over to the left side. Nope. Not with that turn. That's a spinner and light. That's a give up shot, I think. Either I pick something or he just. I'm not even gonna try anymore. Been a lot of spin on these. I think the call is come down and sit on the inside of that red shot rock, touching the 1 foot. position. I think he would have to tap it just a little bit, but then he leaves himself exposed. And I don't think he's gonna do it. I think he's gonna flash it. Yep. I think the call would be just put one up on the 8 foot on the center, just somewhere anywhere in the house on the center line. That's where I thought he would put the prior rock. So yellow gets one on that end. So after 7, scores 8-4. So now determine is they going to continue or not. On the Packard Foley game, Packard got 2 in the 7th and now leads 6-3. On the Shakurvik Hedstrom game, it's a tight one, but Javeric scored 1 in the 6th to bring it closer, but Hedstrom still leads 4-3. Far below Schlesser and they shook after 6 with the score 10-2. And then I do believe the Starkley Arnell game is done with Starkley winning 8-3. Sorry, wasn't paying attention. What are we doing on sheet B yet? They continue to play or they calling it quits? With a 4-point lead after 7. They're standing around and milling around. I presume that they're calling it quits. taking photos. Yeah, that's in the game. So I'm gonna switch over to sheet C. Much exciting ending there. So signing off on B, going to C.